Your name and company?
Pagogh Cho at Adcetera in Houston, Texas.
Brian Hubbard, Accenture Interactive.
And your fight is experiential marketing. So tell me a little bit about your angle.
Experiential marketing, from our approach, it's like in an interesting pivoting point, right? So at the end of the day, there's experiences that are very digitally driven, there are experiences that are very traditional and analog. Our perspective is going to talk about whether decisions that are made from everybody from an audience perspective, where they should distribute their dollars associated with that.
Say, and you?
Rather than looking at kind of that one individual tactic or channel where you can deliver an experience, I'm more focused on how do you deliver an end-to-end experience for the customer so that at every touch point, at every channel, you're delivering a consistent message, a consistent brand feel, and a level of relevance that matter to that customer.
All right, experience, stuff. Study after study, report after report, you and I are choosing experience over things every day. This is not a millennial thing. This is not a Marie Kondo thing. This is a societal reality. So you have to ask yourself, is an experience the fluidity of this badass app that I just used, or maybe the click of the campaign of the microsite that I have, or this super contiguous flow of the customer journey as it marches towards a transaction of the NPS score that we all want? No, it's about moments. It's about encounters. It's about these magical memories that you and I have to create, that we want our brands to have with our consumers so they never forget about these moments.
Brian? While moments matter, it is about the journey. It is about the experience. And quite frankly, allowing customers to choose where and how and when they engage with brands. And quite frankly, it has to be a consistent experience, a consistent voice. They have to develop a relationship, and a good relationship is exactly that. It's consistent, no matter what channel you're in, no matter what tactic you're using, and ultimately, it has to derive, the customer has to derive value for it, relevance from it. If we don't achieve that, it doesn't matter what tactic you use. It doesn't matter about that one individual moment, because in the next moment, you absolutely and completely lose the customer's trust and their value in your brand.
What's your rebuttal? You know, so Brian's talking about experience being in everything. And if it's in everything, it's completely devalued. Let's think about us right now. We're all here at this experience today, not sitting in our lounge chair, drinking our drink, petting our dog, watching our TVs. We choose to be here today to witness this experience because this is kind of fucking cool, right? It is. Good job, Michael. That's the thing that we want to make sure, because without this kind of, we want this seamless, like easy world. Tell you what, when we pull all the friction out, no friction means no feeling, and our brands need to feel. Brian.
Experience does not mean vanilla. It does not mean one note. The experience should matter for each person, and the experience should reflect what their interests are, what they want. And quite frankly, with data, with technology, and with great creative all working together, we can deliver the best possible experience for each person. Not one universal experience, but one put together of moments that matter, quite frankly, of moments that are magical for those individuals.
Okay, so Main Event knows one or two things about experience.
Yeah.
What is the first question?
So I think you're both really smart.
That doesn't
Really
sound like a
smart.
compliment.
No, he went to Accenture.
I think what I would love to hear more from you guys is if you were speaking to a classroom of first graders, how experiential marketing in 2020, which is just marketing, it's not experiential marketing, it's marketing, how is it different, and what are you saying? How are you saying that experiential marketing is different than marketing? I'm trying to understand a little bit more about how marketing in today's environment where consumers are looking for more experiences than things actually changes the way, as a brand, we go to market and spend our media dollars.
Who wants to take that? Go ahead.
I think as marketers for a long time, we spent all of our effort promoting products and saying the product is what matters. You should care about our product. The reality is customer now has to be at the center, and customers matter, and the way they engage matter. Your brand, at the end of the day, is a promise to the customer, and the experience is how that promise manifests, and you either deliver on your brand or you don't, and that's the difference between yesterday and today.
I think the biggest thing that first graders, having firsthand knowledge of a first grader, is that they have no empathy. So in the experience, the number one thing we have to have is like, what the hell is it that I'm talking to? What do they want? How am I connecting with them? Because the thing that a first grader has to understand, it's not just about the swipe or the click or the link or the share. It's about what's relevant and what's memorable to me at the end of the day. So how do I connect with the audience from an empathic perspective?
Interesting. Who else has a question? You have a look on your face,
I
Yvonne.
was taking the previous time that I get a question.
We're going to yield to the gentlewoman from Venezuela.
Change my mind. So, experiential marketing sometimes can be defined as a physical experience, and you need a lot of money to amplify that physical experience. So, how do you add, or how will you add large scalability to an experience, considering that you may not be one multi-billion-dollar brand?
Ooh. Pagogh?
So we have Accenture over here that's going to sell you large scale all day long. But let's think about, Ad Age just came out with one of the experiential marketing campaigns of the year, right? They talked about it as the Glad Scents campaign. You don't have to spend money to have great experiences. It doesn't have to physically be someplace. I just have to put pillows of Glad Scent in my Walmart boxes, and suddenly I'm connecting with customers that you don't have to go to a venue and travel and spend a lot of money to do. That's part of the supply chain, which you're already spending money on.
Brian.
You know, you said you spend a lot of money on it, and how do you basically get the most out of it, or get your money's worth? I think that's the accountability factor that you should have with all of your agencies. At the end of the day, it shouldn't be about, hey, we spent money and subjectively, I think I did the right thing for you. Sometimes spending a lot of money makes a lot of sense, but only if I can trace it directly back and say, the return on that investment made plenty of sense and it helped my brand. If your agency can't offer you that, your agency isn't doing their job.
One quick question.
Follow-on question.
So what will be your KPI for an experiential?
What is the KPI for experiential? Should we give them just a one-word answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
You get one word, each of you.
Good job.
Loyalty.
Loyalty? How do you measure that?
Engagement.
Revenue. Okay. So I've never seen a report that said you had 46 loyalties this month, and you had 32 engagements. But that was awesome. It's time to vote.